Okay guys, this is the HobbyKing Yak 54 firewall edition to fix the motor mount. This is not for the faint of heart. This is a 1 week old Yak 54. I've flown it about 5 times. Landed it hard like 3 out of 5 of those times. And when you bump the prop, it actually pushes the firewall into the airplane. The firewall is actually embedded. I've added a second firewall here. So let me show you what I've done. I made a cut right to the center line from right in front of these simulated vents. It's a pretty clean cut. I made it with the jeweler saw, so its kerf is very, very small. One of the first things I noticed when I took it apart is this weight here embedded in the airplane. The airplane weighs about 350 grams without a battery, and this is 34 grams. So you don't need to worry about adding weight because we just take this out and we're going to set it aside. This is the actual firewall modification. So you see it came apart pretty well, and the reason for that is because it was not glued well together. After the second or third bounce, I could see where it was splitting apart. It was glued well at the outer edges because the fit and finish on this model is really fantastic. But internally it was not glued. The firewall was hanging loose in here. And these seams around the battery box and the support for the wing, the lower wing, were also not fully joined. Neither was this scoop. So in all, taking this apart is going to, when I put it back together, it's going to be much stronger. So here's the actual modification itself. I used 440 T-nuts, and I just picked a location in these locations and put the T-nut right at the edge, flush with it. I have 1 1/4 inch screws. I made a round. This is 3/32 airplane birch. I used oversized washers from APC prop sets, and I drilled it accurately and cut it accurately so that this hole is just slightly smaller than the foam hole, and this hole fits comfortably in here. You put it in place. And there's grooves that I melted into the foam to accommodate these screws because they're impinging on this foam here. So I just heated a piece of coat hanger and laid it in there. It's real easy. I'm going to put it together with 30-minute epoxy and micro balloons. This is going to be like 30% by volume fill, maybe up to 50%. The thicker you make it, up to 50%, the thicker it is so it doesn't run around, so you can apply it exactly where you're going to put it. There's going to be glue underneath these, and these screws and nuts are going to be, they're basically going to be glued in place. This is a one-time, you put it in, glue it together, tighten these up, and then let it cure. I'm going to clamp it to make sure everything closes because I re-glued this and clamped it, so it's very tight right now. And then after it's cured, I'm going to take a Dremel sanding drum and Dremel off the insides of these washers so that my motor has plenty of clearance going in. So anyway, that's what it's going to look like, and I'll put some video out there of this thing flying. The weight of my hardware was about 15 grams, so I'm going to be 10 grams lighter. My CG was a little far forward, so I think it's going to work about perfect. The other thing I wanted to show you real quickly is that I've modified the declination of the horizontal stab. I have a piece of foam and the leading, on top of the leading edge, and at the bottom of the trailing edge, it's double sticky foam. I just split it in the middle, stuck it to the stabilizer, trimmed it to the right shape, and then I just filed it to get a nice profile. You can see I've just, it's like a 1/16 of an inch gap back and front. So that's probably a couple of degrees of change. That made it settle down quite a bit. Okay, so good luck if you decide to modify this. Again, it's not for the faint of heart, but it's going to work out well. Thank you.